with CHS World News Video. This is Krisnov on vacation by order of the KGB. They're great, don't say anything stupid. Chinese terror operators based in the border city of Dandong have been told to halt trips to North Korean capital Pyongyang on Tuesday, the day before US President Donald Trump's first official visit to China. Chinese President Xi Jinping will host Trump in Beijing on Wednesday, with North Korea's development of nuclear weapons expected to be top their agenda. The United States has been pressuring China to do more to rein in its neighbor and ally. Tourism is one of the few remaining ways North Korea earns hard currency, as the United Nations has ramped up sanctions on the country over the past year, curbing key export industries including coal, seafood, and textiles. Quote, "It was very unexpected. We had no idea this was going to happen until we received the notification today," said the Chinese tourist operator who runs trips to North Korea out of Dandong. Quote, "This is devastating news for us," he said, adding the order that come from Dandong Tourist Bureau. Saudi Arabia's crown prince said Iran's supply of rockets to militants in Yemen is an act of, quote, "direct military aggression that could be an act of war," state media reported on Tuesday. Prince Mohammed bin Salman's comments were published after Saudi Air Defense forces intercepted a ballistic missile that Saudi Arabia said was fired toward Riyadh on Saturday by the Iran-allied Houthi military, which controls large portions of neighboring Yemen. Saudi-led forces, which back the internationally recognized government, have been targeted in Houthis in a war which has killed over 10,000 people and triggered a humanitarian disaster in one of the region's poorest countries. The supply of rockets to the Houthi movement could, quote, "constitutionalize an act of war against the kingdom," state news agency SPA on Tuesday quoted Prince Salman as saying to the call with British Foreign Minister Boris Johnson. Iran has denied it being the missile launch, rejected the Saudi and U.S. states commandeering Tehran as, quote, "destructive and proactive and slanderous." In reaction to the missile, the Saudi-led military coalition said on Monday it would close all air, land, and seaports to Arabian Peninsula country. The United Nations on Tuesday called on the coalition to reopen an aid lifeline into Yemen, saying food and medicine imported were vital for 7 million people facing famine. Quote, "The situation is catastrophic in Yemen. It is the worst food crisis that we are looking at today," Jean Leckart of UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, OCHA, told a briefing in Geneva. The missile launch was, quote, "most likely a war crime," Human Rights Watch said on Tuesday, but also urged Saudi Arabia against restricting aid access to Yemen, where the United Nations estimate 900,000 people are affected with cholera. This has been Krisnov on vacation by order of the KGB. I love you guys, you're great. With CHS World News Video, a subsidiary of CHS Broadcasting.